Lindsay, your last album, Heart Theory, which is incredible, is about a breakup and your process with the breakup. Can you take us through how you wrote the album, how it related to the breakup, and just kind of give us the context for Heart Theory?
This is The Deep Dive with Adam Roa.
Yeah, I mean, I went through a breakup just about 3 years ago now. And it's sort of what started the whole process of me just writing songs exactly how I was feeling. And I would just wake up and walk into the writing room and be like, all right, guys, this is how I'm feeling. And I was about halfway through what I now can look back and see is the record. And I was looking at the songs that I was turning in and literally the song title to the date, the song title to the date, the song title to the date, and being like, I mean, you could see me slowly unravel through all of these songs. And I'm writing these songs through this process of what I'm going through right now. And how cool would it be to write a concept album that is sort of like my musical diary and journal of me going through this process? I'm a huge nerd about a lot of things in life, but I love reading about all things personal development and just all angles of it. And so there's this thing called the 7 stages of grief, which I'm sure a lot of people listening to this podcast know about. And it's just one way of articulating that process, that transformative process of you as a human being on this planet, feeling every emotion anytime we go through transformative times in our lives. So whether that's from a breakup, whether it's from losing a loved one or a job or going through a global pandemic, whatever the reason is, I think that we need to go through this process of really feeling all these different emotions. And so I decided to write an album of my process and write it in order. So it would start, track 1 would be in the first stage of grief of shock. And then it would go through the whole 7 stages of grief: shock, denial, anger, all the way to the last stage of acceptance, where you can look at yourself in the mirror and accept yourself for everything that you are and everything that's happened in your life to get you to this point. Because I feel like all of the ups and downs make us who we are, make us into like the messy puzzle pieces as we show up in, and as the beautiful human beings that can be appreciative of every high and low moment. So that's what I did. I wrote a concept album and I called it Heart Theory because theory is like the science of music. It's like why all the notes work and like why they weave this complicated pattern, and on any instrument you can apply theory to it to make it make sense. And so I'm like, well, this album is like heart theory. It's like all of the intricacies of my heart and what I've been through. And although I started writing this album from the inspiration of my last breakup, it kind of made me look at heartbreak in general in my life, and every single relationship I've been in, and where I showed up great, where I showed up not so great, where I have a lot to learn. And really the past 3 years, I've just been like really diving into who I am and why maybe I haven't been aware of the things that I have been. And it all came out through this album.